I wasn't confident at all. And I used to go into those stores as if I didn't deserve to be there. I used to go into those stores doing this particular tale, feeling nervous, feeling uncomfortable, not wanting to take up space, feeling that if a sales assistant looked at me that oh no, I'm okay, because I shouldn't be there. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I want to talk to you about comments I receive on a lot of my videos, and that is that I am very authentic, that I'm unapologetically myself, and basically that I love what I love and I don't really worry about what anybody else says about it. And I want to talk to you about that because getting to that point wasn't easy. Becoming that person that I was confident in myself and happy being myself is something that took a lot of years, a lot of heartache, a lot of tears, and was a very tough road to get to where I am. So today I want to talk to you about the ways that I've learned to be nicer and kinder to myself and get to the point where I am happy being me and I'm more confident in myself. And I have 8 ways that I want to share with you today, and stay tuned to the end, because at the end I'm going to share with you the number 1 lesson that I believe you need to learn to be happy being yourself. So let's start with the first one. And the first one is that your confidence can't be tied to how you look. If my confidence were tied to how I look, I might be okay with myself 2 or 3 days a week. The other days a week, I wouldn't get much further than the bathroom mirror, because I would be concerned about my skin and my hair wouldn't be sitting and I would look fatter than normal and I didn't have time to put makeup on and it would all just be a little bit of a mess. So while your confidence is tied to how you look on the outside, there's always going to be something to shatter that confidence and to drag you down. If your confidence is tied to how you look, all you need to do is take your next photograph, post it on Instagram, and somebody comments on it that you don't look well, that they don't like your outfit, that your makeup is blotchy, whatever, and it's going to destroy the confidence that you have tied in how you look. And there's always going to be somebody to negatively compare yourself. When I was younger, my confidence was tied to how I looked, which is why I was probably not very confident. Does that even make sense? But I was not very confident because I always put myself down compared to everyone around me. I compared myself to the TV, I compared myself to the magazines, I compared myself to other people in school and around me, I compared myself to people that I met in the street, and I never stacked up because in my own mind, those people were always thinner than me, better looking, better skin. They didn't have the same hair that I had. They were a darker colour and more exotic looking. They were better dressed. I just never stacked up because I kept putting myself down compared to who I was comparing myself to. And if you're going to tie your confidence to how you look on the outside, there's always going to be people that look better. There's always going to be someone that in your mind looks better or is more put together or is doing it better than you are. So you're always going to be knocking your own confidence. True confidence and becoming truly confident in yourself is only learned whenever you realize that your confidence is tied to the inside. It comes from who you are on the inside. And it was only when I realized that my outer appearance was just what the package is. It's what's inside the box that matters, that I learned to be more confident in being myself, because what it's tied to is being a good person, being a kind friend, being a good family member, putting out good energy into the universe, being somebody that you are happy with, being somebody that you're proud to be, and being somebody that you're content to be on your inside. Those are the bits that matter. So if you're a good person and putting things out there that are positive around you and being there for the people that matter, being a good child, being a good parent, being a good friend, being a good wife, being a good husband, all of that matters so much more than what is on the outside. And when you learn that that is where your true confidence comes from, you're in control of it, because you're not comparing how your hair looks compared to somebody else, or that you're a size 12 and they're a size 8. None of that matters. You're in control of the person you are on the inside. And when your confidence is tied to who you are, people can't knock it. You're confident in it because you control the person you're being. And you don't look in a mirror and think, oh, I've got another spot, I just want to stay in the house today. Second thing I had to learn on this journey of becoming happy with myself is that I have to look after myself, and that I deserve to look after myself. I used to put myself bottom of the list all the time. And for someone who suffers with migraines and somebody who is anemic, that's hard, because you can be in a lot of pain and you can have your levels dropping and have very little energy. And when you're constantly focusing on other people, I was always last. So I would always be putting my work first, everybody around me first. If I had said that I would do something and I woke up that morning with a splitting migraine and I could hardly lift my head, I would be killing myself and eating myself up because I had said I would do it, so I had to do it. And I didn't feel that it was a good enough reason that I wasn't okay to not go and do the thing. I didn't think that I should waste my time looking after myself. I didn't think that I needed the time to put moisturizer on my body, or to take myself out for lunch, or to spend time with myself, reading a book with a candle, having some time on my own. I thought that was being selfish. I thought that taking that time was depriving everybody else that needs a bit of me, and that I didn't really matter. And a big part of learning to be confident in yourself and to be happy with yourself is realizing that you do matter. And you will learn to realize that you do matter when you start looking after yourself. If you look after yourself even a fraction of how you look after those loved ones around you, you'll soon start to feel that you're somebody that's worthy of being happy, because you're worthy of being looked after too. So all that time and energy you give making other people feel better, start giving some of that time and energy to making you feel better. Number 3, becoming more confident in new and challenging and different environments and in places that you may go to that may make you feel uncomfortable. A big example of this for us luxury lovers would be when we start going into luxury stores. I wasn't confident at all. I have this particular tale that I will do if I'm getting very nervous, and I used to go into those stores as if I didn't deserve to be there. I used to go into those stores doing this particular tale, feeling nervous, feeling uncomfortable, not wanting to take up space, feeling that if a sales assistant looked at me that oh no, I'm okay, because I shouldn't be there. I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. I felt that in lots of different circumstances. If there were a lot of people that I didn't know and I was meeting them, I would feel as if, who am I to be here, and why would these people be interested in listening to me? And one of the biggest things to get over that self-consciousness and uncomfortableness going into new places and new things is to build your experience. Confidence comes from experience. The more experiences you have in going into the stores, going to the meetings, speaking to that person, having a conversation with someone you've never met before, doing things that push you outside your comfort zone. The more experience you build up doing those, the more confidence you will build, because you have that experience to draw on. And that will lead into you being more and more confident going into new places and new people, and going into the stores that suddenly become not quite so overwhelming and not quite so scary, because you have those experiences to draw on. When I think of the younger person that I used to be when I first started walking into a Louis Vuitton or a Chanel, and then I see who I am now, it's like two different people. It's like somebody that used to walk in, skirt around the edges, take a quick look, be too scared to ask for anything, because if I wasn't buying it, I didn't have the money right then, I wasn't asking for a thing. Even if I was buying it, I still didn't feel like I really belonged to be there. Going from that person to who I am now has not been easy. It has taken time. It has been a road. I have learned from experiences. I have learned from doing things that I'm going to talk to you about today, and I have made choices, but it was worth it, because you're as entitled and you deserve as much to be there in the room as the next person. Number 4, and this is a big one, you've got to start being kind to yourself. You have got to change how you speak to yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. I used to stand in front of the mirror and I didn't need anybody else to put me down, because I was doing it all for myself. I used to stand and criticize myself and talk to myself in a way that I would never talk to anybody else, ever. About how I looked, about my weight, about my skin, about my hair, about my clothing, so many things. I used to just drag myself to pieces. And that was me talking to myself like that. How do you expect other people, when you go out into the world, to look at you in a way that is someone that is to be respected and spoken to and deserves to be there, if you don't believe it? If you're spending your time putting yourself down, your internal voice is constantly talking to you about how negative you are and how bad you are and how you aren't good enough. There's no other way for you to act than but to believe that. If you're constantly hearing that from yourself, your whole outer aura is going to put off the vibes that you believe that. It's going to signal that you are all of those things. So you need to be kind to yourself. You need to change the internal monologue, and you need to start speaking to yourself like you're someone who deserves kindness. Speak to yourself like you speak to your friends and family. Be kind to yourself. Be nice to yourself. Go to the mirror and practice it, because this is important. If you're constantly going to talk to yourself like you're a piece of nothing, that's what you're going to believe. You need to go to that mirror and be nice to yourself. Have a conversation with yourself and make it your mission to every single day give yourself a compliment. Make yourself feel better by being better to yourself. Next, make an effort on yourself. Figure out what it is that you love, that you want, and not just what everybody else wants. Now, when I say that confidence comes from the inside, it does. That's where true confidence comes from. But I personally feel better when I get up in the morning and I put myself together. When I put a bit of makeup on, I feel better. Even if it's just a little bit of bronzer and a bit of mascara, I feel better. When I brush my hair, when I don't just throw it up and leave it like an awful greasy mess, I feel better. When I put on clothes, I feel better. And when you make an effort to make yourself better, make that a habit. Make it a habit that you do something for yourself each day to make yourself better. Make that bit of effort. If it's do your hair, do your makeup, put your lipstick on, put clothes on, get out of your pajamas, get out of your loungewear, get out of your sweats. Do whatever that is to make an effort and make yourself better. If you can figure out the things that are about yourself that make you very insecure or that you're very unhappy with, is there something that you can do to make them better? Now, I'm not talking about plastic surgery or going under the knife. But is there things that you can do on a daily basis to make you feel better? One of the hang-ups that I have is that I have very, very thin hair. I really dislike it. It makes me very self-conscious. It makes me feel unattractive. It makes me feel that I'm not feminine. It just makes me feel terrible about myself. I have always had thin hair, but before I had my children, I used to have a lot of it. And thin hair can be counteracted by a lot of it because it looks like it's thicker and it looks better. When I had both of my children, I lost a lot of my hair and it never really grew back. So to deal with that and to help myself feel better every single day, I wear extensions. I have extensions in my hair now. I generally will have extensions in my hair. When they have to come out, if I am on camera, you will notice it. You will notice that this is not this, that it's very thin, very see-through, very fine. When I go on holiday, I get my extensions taken out because chlorine's really bad for them and I'm already in chlorine quite a bit, and seawater's awful for them. Plus, they take ages to dry. And if you're putting your own hair and those in the heat trying to dry them, it just doesn't work for me, so I get them taken out when I go away. I feel self-conscious and less good about myself the whole time that I'm away. The whole time that I'm on holiday with my family and children, if I'm looking at myself or taking photographs, I will feel less confident because my extensions are out. Now, I know that's something that's very much external. That is what I'm talking about, that if your confidence is tied to an external look or how you feel externally, it's very easily taken away. And I can speak to that firsthand because when my extensions come out, I feel less confident. But to make myself feel better every day, I wear the extensions. I wear them. I very rarely have them out unless they have to come out, and I feel a lot better about myself. I also feel better whenever I have my skin moisturized, when I have a little bit of color on myself, I feel better. So those are things I do to help myself feel better. Those are efforts that I make. And those small things can just change how you even start a day, start a week, how you feel, how you act, everything. The second part of this is to learn what works for you. I am 5'1" and a UK size 12, which is quite curvy. I've had to learn over the years that the outfits that I see and might love and adore on a 6 foot size 8 model are going to make me look like a squished sausage. They're going to be horrendous. They're just not going to work. Learn what works for you, your look, your body shape, and what you feel good in. If you continually look at other people or other examples of what people are wearing and they look fabulous. And you buy that because they look fabulous in it, but it doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for your body shape. It doesn't work for your colouring. You're not going to feel good. You're going to feel awful. When I used to keep ordering these things that were never going to work for me, when I tried them on, I felt like the pits. I felt terrible. I used to feel fat and ugly all the time because I was buying clothes that were never going to work for my curvy shape. So when I put them on, looked in the mirror, disaster. So learn what works for you and stop trying to force your body into things that don't, because all that's going to do is make you feel terrible about yourself. Next is to figure out what you love, what you want, and what makes you happy. Stop just wanting to please everybody else and doing what everybody else wants you to do. And I used to do this so much. Stop going to the thing that you really don't want to go to because someone else wants you to go. Or you have to go there because, no, I really don't. Or you need to speak to that person. No, I don't. Or you need to do that activity. No, I really don't. I don't like it. Doesn't make me feel good. Doesn't make me feel like it's a way to spend my precious time. Figure out what you want. What you want to do, what you're happy doing, where you're happy going. Doesn't make you a bad person. There is a way to say no. Saying no is empowering. Learning the power of the word no is life-changing. When somebody's asking you to do things that you really don't want to do and it's going to draw your energy and it's going to make you feel drained and it's just not going to put you in a good place, the power of saying no to that is liberating. And it's retaining your own peace. It's protecting your peace. It's protecting you. And learn to do what you want to do. Now, we all at times have to go and do some things we maybe don't really want to do, but every so often, that's something in life that's going to happen. But all the time, learn what you want to do, what's going to make you happy, and learn to say no to the things that aren't. Next is to surround yourself with good people. People that make you feel good about yourself. Learn that it's okay to let toxic people and toxic friendships go. We have all, had people in our lives that we have stayed engaged with, stayed friends with, stayed talking to because we felt we had to. Because we'd maybe known them a long time or we'd maybe felt some commitment to that person. But if they are not a good person for you, if they're putting you down, if they're toxic, if they're negative, learn to let it go and surround yourself with people that are truly, truly there for you, that don't have ulterior motives, that truly want the best for you, that care for you, and that are your people, that want you to feel the best that you can feel. They don't want to see you fall. They don't have a snigger behind your back. They're not secretly hoping that you fail. Cut all that out. Cut them out. Get rid of them. That negativity, be gone. Be gone. And you will feel a million times better in your life whenever you've got to the point that they're gone and you've adjusted to that. You will feel so much more positive and so much happier. You will feel so much more confident and so much able to be yourself, so much more able to be yourself when that's gone. That is a lesson I wish I'd learned a lot sooner. Just cut it out. And lastly, what I think is the number one lesson to learn to be yourself, to be able to just be you, authentically you, confidently you, not looking over your shoulder, not wanting to doubt yourself. The number one lesson is to learn and to realise that not everybody is going to like you, and that's okay. That is okay. You don't need to change their mind. You don't need to try and convince them. You don't need everybody to like you. Learn and accept that not everybody is going to like you. And when you actually learn that and believe it and know it, then it's okay when people don't like you and people make negative comments and people troll you or people say not nice things. Fine, move on. They aren't your people. They don't like you. You don't have to engage with them. But it's not personal and it's not a failure of yours that not everybody is going to like you. There's always going to be people that don't like some of us, always. Nobody can like us all. We are not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I am not everybody's cup of tea. There is going to be so many people out there that click onto my videos and go, oh, she's annoying. They're not going to like me. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Just let them go. Let them move on and don't let those negative opinions and their views and their put downs get to you. I get negative comments on my videos and I laugh at them and I find them funny. Because it's okay, not everybody's going to like me. People are going to criticize. People have their own things going on, don't know what's going on behind closed doors, whatever it is, that's fine. But I'm not going to let them impact my confidence, my happiness and my peace, because it's okay that they don't like me. And that is the number one lesson to learn and to realize. To be happy being yourself. You don't need to try and please everybody. You don't need to make everybody like you. There's going to be people that don't, and that's 110% okay. This was a little bit of a different video for me today, but I thought that it was good to share this journey and this road that I've had to come on, because I was not the popular child. I was not the one that looked in the mirror and thought I was fabulous. I was not the one comfortable going into the stores. I was not the one who felt confident to have conversations with people I've never met. That was not me. I have come miles and miles down that road, and it's only from starting to learn all of these lessons and put them into place, and it's come from experience and it's come from age. And if this can help anybody else out there that's feeling less than, or that they don't want to go and speak to somebody, or they don't want to go into a certain store, then I hope this helps. I hope this makes you realize that you're not alone, that you're not the only person that's been there, and that for a lot of us there's a journey to get to being confident and appearing confident in who we are and in being confident in who we are. I hope this has helped anybody that's in this position. If it has, if it's been any way informative or enjoyable, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing, and if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave some normal content on the screen for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.